Where the party people at? Hey, where the party people at? Hey, hey. Where the party people at? Where the party people at? What up, though, y'all? What's up? Look at your girl. Baby, I'm taking a little breakity break in the lab, you guys. We are getting this damn streaming platform ready for y'all for tomorrow. Don't y'all love how old people, everybody got old people in their family just always mispronouncing words. I got an aunt who just always be like, "Ooh, that's just terrible. Oh, that's just terrible." And we be like, "Auntie, it's terrible." And then I got another aunt that say breakfast. She don't say, I'm like, "It's break fast." Nah, breakfast don't even sound right like that. But that was my inspiration behind Vera Brown and Meet the Browns, you guys. Just old ladies who just, you shy. Look at you, baby. You shy. Look at her. She killing it. Look at her. You know, it's always an old person in your family just be moving and grooving. What up, though? Okay, well, I got y'all on here real quick. Let me do this right fast. We about to talk about this Wendy thing. I need some advice, family. Hold on. As soon as I put this in here, the algorithm going to start dropping some of y'all off. But, baby, we got a whole streaming platform about to launch. Hold on, let me pen. Baby, we got a whole streaming platform about to launch. WIRF. Yes, algorithm. Yes, Instagram. Yes, YouTube. Yes, Facebook. Black women are creating their own sugar honey iced tea, and it's delicious over there. Y'all better go on and take your asses over to Worth TV. Listen, right now we got free 99 content, meaning all you have to do is register, but we've got some great shows already. We got a whole season, if you missed From the Bottom Up, the amazing, incredible, groundbreaking series that was partially responsible for making sure that a child predator went to prison for a very long time. See, y'all didn't even know that because y'all didn't get a chance to see From the Bottom Up. But you can watch the whole season of From the Bottom Up on WIRFTV.com. You can watch it starting tomorrow. But the other thing is, and yeah, y'all got to forgive me because I put on the filter because I already got the rag on my head. No lashes, no lips because I'm in here working. So y'all just going to have to deal with it. But we got some great content coming. We've also got Diary of a Diva. Diary of a Diva is a new docupod. And the reason I'm calling it, it's actually my husband. I'm sorry, let me give my partner and Mr. Daniels all his credit. We were both saying that this is more than just a podcast. These conversations. And the first one is Monifa and I. And the first one is Mo and I because it was the most important conversation in the R&B Divas franchise for me to have. You know, Monifa and I hadn't spoken in over a decade, y'all. It had been a very long time, a very, very, very long time. And we had a very long conversation. So it's 2 hours. The first episode is 2 hours. We're breaking it up. We've been going through our programming, trying to decide if we're just going to do an old Club Shay Shay and let it run for the whole 2 hours or if we're going to break it up. So, you know, look, the way Who the F Did I Marry done hit 50 million people, and those were like 10-minute clips, and y'all watched all 50,000 million of them. We're going to shorten up some of the clips, but this is a streaming platform, so you'll be able to see. I'm really excited, you guys. We're putting up a lot of our vintage content, our archival content. You guys are going to see things you've never seen before. WIRF is an acronym for Women in Reality, Film, TV, and Media, right? So this is not my streaming platform. This is our streaming platform. We came up with the idea of doing this streaming platform 2017-ish, right? And really got involved in it, you know, starting in about 2019 and really getting the content or whatever. So we got some really amazing content. She Speaks Live, best Black woman late night TV show on the planet, is coming back. You can watch our first season is going to be available on Worth, WIRFTV.com. Right now, if you go to WorthTV.com, it's going to give you the option to sign up, but you're going to be able to watch for free as soon as we go live tomorrow. We going live tomorrow. All of the archival dope shit with Brownstone. Listen, I'm talking to a lot of my sisters in song and celebrity friends, television, film. Listen, we all coming together to do something spectacular. Do you hear me? The content that you're going to be getting is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the soft launch, which means you won't be able to get the iOS version of the app, right? Until we grow up a little bit and make sure that this thing meets demand. But we are a Black woman fully owned and operated situation, right? And our brothers are in it with us as well, but they are giving us, the headliner in this here situation, because I think this will be one of maybe one of 2 or 3 Black owned women streaming platforms. So you guys, I need y'all to show up. All I need you to do is register. I want you to watch the content. Yes, we have the ability to go live, so you'll see a lot more live shows. She Speaks Live is going to become a weekly series that will be airing on WIRFTV.com. So you'll be able to catch, and Shanita's back, and Stacey J is back, and Christine Beatty is back, and Pam Credible is back. And it's just, we're really excited. We're like a late night version of The View, especially with this political season getting as hot as it is. We've always had incredible guests. Oh my God, we've had such a long list of really great women coming on board as special guest speakers for She Speaks Live. So we are coming back with all new episodes, live episodes of She Speaks Live on the Worth TV app, right? You'll still be able to be getting like nuggets and bits and pieces here on Instagram and YouTube or whatever, but baby, we got to monetize this here thing. Watch that interview with Country Wayne. Check out what Roland Martin is talking about. Like, if you don't understand what we're doing over here, and you're not understanding it from me because you still got some issues with me from R&B Divas, which y'all are gonna really listen here. This conversation with Monifa and I, this Diary of a Diva conversation, this first conversation that we've had, literally the first time we've seen each other in almost 12 years, is going to enlighten a lot of people. It may piss some people off. It may have some of you gagging. It may have some of you still in complete disagreement and whatever, but it is authentic, it is real, it is honest, and it was so important for us to have. And not for us to have because we're trying to have some kind of like ratings bonanza, or not even because we're really trying to bring R&B Divas back, which, I've heard whispers, but we'll keep that to ourselves. But because Monifa and I needed to have this conversation. Monifa and I have been friends long before the R&B Divas franchise ever existed, right? Monifa and I have been literally, I say, on the flow together. Right? We've been through the worst of the worst of the worst of it. And while a lot of people may say or think that, my issues with Kelly were bigger, or that my issues with Selena were bigger because they were magnified more in the public eye, the biggest, most hurtful, heartbreaking, almost devastating to a friendship situation was between me and Monifa. That's how serious it was. That situation hurt me to my core. And it was something, my husband, just full transparency, my husband be like, but you just get over. I mean, it's 12, get over. And I just could not find it in my heart to get past it. And that's just as real as I can be with y'all. I could not get past that shit between me and Monifa, but God. So please watch it, right? It is, like I said, free 99. I'm going to give you bits and pieces, digestible nuggets. I'm going 10-minute who the F did I marry y'all on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But if you register on WIRFTV.com, you can watch the entire conversation. And like I said, this conversation is the first of hopefully what I believe will be many conversations with divas. What y'all don't understand is we were really friends. This wasn't a like... This situation on R&B Divas wasn't like, let's go select some girls and put some people together. I think when the other producers, who quite honestly, it wedged me out of my show, temporarily though, right? Because not today, baby. But anyway, the other producers who had the power then did decide that they wanted to start matching people up. But the original concept of R&B Divas was really about people who were friends and who were sisters and who loved each other and who cared about each other. And the truth of the matter is I reached out to every last one of them. Lil Mo, Tweet, everybody, Kelly, everybody. I reached out to everybody long before the culturally incompetent lens that ultimately led to what I believe the destruction of that version of the franchise, right? Which needed to be sat down so that we could grow up, look back, reflect, heal and approach this from a different perspective. Now, the thing is, there are plenty of other women from the R&B Divas franchise who haven't spoken in as long, if not, babe, if it's you, I'm live. I had to take a break. I'm supposed to be editing. But, you hear me? I'm live. we gotta finish editing, but let me finish this thought. So there are plenty of other women in the R&B Divas franchise that haven't spoken in a very long time, right? But life is real. It's no secret that a lot of us have had our, like, you're in my light, honey. You just step out of my light, honey. A lot of us have had some serious, life has been lifing, right? Life hasn't been lifing. Damn the show, damn the, let's go on tour, which crazy, quiet as it's kept. The tour, and y'all gonna see, you gotta watch the freaking edit. When I tell you I'm so tired from being up until 4 or 5 in the morning working on this freaking thing, because it could have been much longer than it was, but we had to get to the points. But my point is just, so many of us have had so many things happening in our real lives. It ain't about a tour. It ain't about, definitely about our livelihoods and how we can figure out how to, reclaim, restore, recover the brow from my sister Christine Beatty. But this is really about sisterhood. This is really about, hopefully, us being honest about the shit that went down that ultimately led to us having what we have today, which is a great show that I feel was gone too soon. But if you trust in God, timing is everything. But I feel we didn't have the opportunity to really reach the levels that we should have been able to reach with R&B Divas. I think when you look at what's going on with hip hop, when you look at what's going on with, a lot of toxic stuff in the entertainment industry, you need feel-good music. You need great performances. Music is the soundtrack of our lives, right? So, and that's my dog, you guys, that I know it's just a lot going on. This was such a random thing. He's chewing like a pig ear or something. So I know it's a lot, but anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. You need positive entertainment out here, right? You need entertainment that allows people to feel uplifted, to feel inspired, to feel motivated every day, right? I was just talking to a friend of mine and talking about how great it would be in this time to have a dope-ass Michael Jackson record or a dope-ass Prince record or just a dope, inspiring, uplifting, authentically inspiring and uplifting, not AI generated, not, some mimicky version of a great artist, you know what I'm saying? But great, authentic, real art. How dope it would be to have that. How good it would be for the community to be able to wake up every day and put on a wake up everybody. Listen, I don't listen to nothing but the groove on Sirius XM. And chill on Sirius XM. And watercolors on Sirius XM. Because all the rest of the shit is just garbage. And it's not motivating and it's not inspirational. So what I'm saying is, hopefully, with R&B Divas, with this R&B Kings situation. Ooh, did I say that? Too much. We believe that we can come together and really bring the world, or do our part to contribute to bringing the world back to a space of like really great music. Because the one thing we realize when we play these concerts and we play these arenas and we play these sold out venues, the one thing we realize is that when you look out in that audience and you see people singing along with you and you see people having a good time, and this sister over here, she just got off work. She saved her money to come to this concert because she got a lot of shit going on. She caregiving for her mother. You see this brother over here, he trying hard to feed his family. You see these people, our community out here. You see this couple over here, they just got engaged. They about to start a new family. We see those people that you don't get to see in the media because everything they show you is some bull sugar, honey, iced tea. We see those people and how what we do positively impacts those people's lives. And we have to preserve and protect the legacies of the people who help create the soundtracks, of the people who are the caregivers, and the people who are the first responders, and the people who in corporate America who just need a freaking break. You don't know until you go to the Essence Festival. I've been a long time. Because I saw some things and I was like, oh, this is what it's becoming now. But anyway, you don't know until you've been to one of those Essence festivals, which unfortunately, we won't have the Prince at the Essence Festival, and we're barely getting to. But my point is, I'm not gonna make this about that. When you in that room at Essence, when you're in that incredible dome in New Orleans with all that energy, when you watching Mary J. and you feeling it in your chest, and it's just really connecting with you lyrically, melodically, the nostalgia, the vibrations, the positivity, the better times we were in when that music was on the radio. When you experience that, you understand how important it is to our culture, how essential it is to the wellness of our people to be able to have that. And all we have seen and all we have heard and all we have witnessed and all we have thought we knew about but really didn't know shit about is negative, toxic, destructive, awful, terrible behavior. So that's why I get on this motherfucker and I talk like I talk all the time. Because trust me, I could be, honey, hair did, nails did, makeup did, no rag around my head, no lack of edge control up under the rag. I could be, dancing around and singing and performing and looking cute and getting a whole lot more love from the algorithm, right? But it's not the love from the algorithm I'm concerned about. It's the knowledge and the information and the education and the love that I have to give to my people so that our kids have something more than these destructive ass, toxic ass, horrible, god-awful ass narratives that negatively impact us at every level of our community, right? Don't think because you got a good job and you live in a nice neighborhood and you don't have those problems that they won't show up at your door, because they will. Because at the end of the day, the way that we are perceived on a global, global level is really, really in need of repair, period. And all of that respectability politics and shit, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is simple human decency being reflected in our community, through our community, on a global scale, more than the toxic stripper, drug dealer, deadbeat ass daddy, unavailable mom, with like the mammies, it's time for that shit to just, we've done enough slave movies, we've done enough bang bang shoot 'em up movies, we got enough P motherfucking valleys, I said it, one too many. We got a lot of stuff out here that dictates how we are perceived on a global level. And it would be different. And this is why I have to tilt my hat to Lemmy Plummer, because say what you want to say about the content that you see on Zeus. That brother owns his streaming platform and he is generating revenue, and they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway because we're conditioned to believe that that is who we are and that is entertainment. And that's that hot shit that you need to do so you could get put on. Ladies and gentlemen, news flash. Ooh, about to start messing with my feed, y'all. But make sure you go to WIRFTV.com. Make sure you go there. Make sure you register. I want you to watch the content that we have. Every month there will be something new. Tune in. Please watch it. Super duper important to our culture. But like I was going to say, the most successful people in this business, all love them. Except maybe the billionaires. And I think Vivica Fox and somebody else said they good. But for the most part, the most successful people in this industry have told you that it's just not, the math ain't math, and it's just not equaling out to what it's supposed to be equaling out to. And it's just the lack of equity and ownership opportunities and true, real commitment to better narratives is just not there. Right? Now, Michael Jackson has said it, Prince has said it. I don't know what's going on with the rest of them that said that they don't have those problems. But for the most part, the vast majority of us, no matter how successful you think you are, you have encountered those issues. We have complained about it. Some of us have not complained about it, because as long as you're getting your check, you good. Until you're not getting your check, then you want to jump on the bandwagon and complain about it. I spent a lifetime and a career speaking up about the injustices, the lack of equity, the lack of opportunity, the flat out disrespect of Black people, Black women in particular. And now tonight, we all trying to decide if we're going to watch this Wendy Williams documentary. Now, I just got to say this. The OODA, the owners of the algorithm, ain't going to like this one here. But I'm going to say it anyway. If they bump y'all out, just come back, because they bumping folks out. They definitely be bumping folks out because they just don't like people who think outside of the motherfucking box they always putting us in. But this is the reason. That's the other reason why we got to do this at WIRFTV.com. The other reason we got to do it over there is because they going to always keep knocking y'all out over here. So please go to WIRFTV.com, because one day you might look up and I might get Sean King's. I don't know. You know, in terms of just bye, girl. And ain't nothing I said about my booty hole being brown or dropping it low or spreading it wide or beating somebody up or throwing a chair or cussing nobody. Ain't none of it, none of that. It's just fighting for ownership. It's just fighting for my rights as a creative to be able to tell authentic, real stories like the ones we telling over at WIRFTV.com. I'm telling you, y'all better go on over there because pretty soon. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. If Prince wrote Slave on the side of his face, if Michael Jackson has complained since whenever, however, whatever about everything, we have had Taraji, we have had everybody, everybody has complained about the lack of equity and the lack of respect in this industry. And now we see Wendy Williams, which we're all trying to sit here and figure out whether or not we're going to watch this Wendy Williams documentary. Absolutely have to watch it. We have to watch it, and we have to take it in, and we have to really receive every entertainer on the face of the earth. I changed my mind. The shade room question that I posed and the other questions that I've posed about how it's possible for someone who cannot even be the executor of her own estate to be the executive producer of a documentary that shows her with dementia and aphasia. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. But I do know that we have to watch it. And the reason I feel like we all have to watch it is because I think if there is any example of a person in this industry that everybody in the industry was trying to get on with, like it was, I'm not even up front. I was looking forward to the opportunity to go sit on Wendy's couch because she was the queen of it. She was the top of the motherfucking heap. She was that girl. She was it. Daytime television and radio, it was Wendy. And we all need to see how easy it is for somebody to snatch the carpet up from under you when you don't have ownership of your shit. Period. And even when you do, as I went in and pitched to Lionsgate before they hired someone else to do a substantially similar show, because I wanted ownership, like Tyler Perry. They gave Tyler Perry ownership. I went in there and pitched ownership to the CEO of the company. Hey, I want a deal like Tyler Perry. I want to be able to own my content. I want to be able to distribute my content, like the content that you guys can watch when you go to WIRFTV.com. See, Queen Latifah Shakim gave me that opportunity. I will forever be grateful to BET, TV One, Queen Latifah, and Shakim. Because From the Bottom Up, which is a series you can watch the first season of, is the first bit of content that I actually had distributed. The same year that I pitched the ownership situation with P-Valley's, Lionsgate's president for Soul Kittens Cabaret. The same time I pitched the head of Lionsgate for the same kind of deal Tyler Perry got, I went and did that deal with BET, with Queen Latifah and Shakim, because they blessed me with that opportunity. They allowed me to have co-ownership of a show that I created. And now you can watch it on the WIRF TV platform. Season 1 this month, season 2 next month, season 3 the month after that, on our platform. Because not having ownership means that you end up like Wendy Williams. And that's crazy as hell to say, because she was the top of the heap. Now, you can go on and you can say, well, she did this and she talked about this person and she did that and she woo, 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 woo. But that lady did her thing to have eyeballs glued to the screen every single day. She generated so much wealth, so much employment. And I'm telling you now, if you think that there are people who are making way more money, who have done far worse things, are you kidding me? We pick out a Black woman who is clearly having a very difficult period in her life. And we're here to exploit it for all the world to see. We got to watch it. Because if ever or ever there was, and I'm about to get back to putting this content together for WIRF on TV. And I don't care if it's 5 people watching. Them 5 people watching content that we own, that we created. Content. Let me say this first. If ever there was a cautionary tale to people in the entertainment industry, if Prince, Michael Jackson, Wendy Williams, and Whitney Houston. Well, I'm sorry. Let me not put Wendy in that heavenly choir yet. But I'm just saying in terms of trajectory of career, in terms of if Wendy had, which we never get taught this shit, you guys. I'm just now learning it. I'm just now learning that I ain't got a motherfucking thing if I don't have ownership of the things that I create. It was the Wendy Williams show, for God's sake. She was the one person doing it. And if anybody should have owned something that they created, Wendy Williams damn sure should have had some ownership in it. Her son, her kids, her family, generationally should have had some continuous. And I may be wrong. Excuse me. I could be all out of pocket. Hold up. Wait, let me retract. Allegedly, like Wendy used to say. Listen, maybe she does have ownership of the Wendy Williams show. Maybe she does. Just like maybe Katori got ownership in P-Valley. Maybe she does. But what I will say to you for certain is that if you have content and stories and ideas that you want to be protected for generations to come, that you want to be an example of how dope we are, an example of our greatness, stories that can help preserve, even if you in particular, story isn't about you. If you think of people, great people that deserve the opportunity to be shown in the light of greatness and wealth building, come to Worth TV. Baby, listen, that iconic shook. If you tired of people being all up in the videos dancing and not getting any equity for it and not getting any ownership for it, and not having the opportunity to really be able to tell authentic stories about really what had happened come to Worth TV. And I mean that with my whole heart. Now we're going to get an influx of shit that we ain't ready for. No, this is our soft launch. This is our soft launch, but I mean it when I say it. Listen, I'm not going to be a victim to people like Lionsgate and Stars and shit anymore. I'm working to be competition. Because you know why? Because I know that it's our people, Black women, predominantly, people of color. I know it's us, we, who build those billion-dollar companies, right? And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I am simply saying I'm not going to be no victim, period. I'm not going in pitching shit else to nobody. You want to see what we got? Come see it over at Worth TV. If we're not already in conversations, which I'm already in conversations about some things that we'll talk about. But if we're not already in conversations, baby, listen, we are going to just create our shit. We're going to put it on our streaming platform that y'all, our people, y'all are going to go and register for because it's worth it. Right? And we're going to keep creating stories and keep creating opportunities and keep creating platforms for our people to have stories that don't end up like Prince, that don't end up like Michael Jackson, that don't end up like Wendy Williams, that don't end up like Whitney Houston, that don't end up like too many of our greats. C. Dolores Tucker tried to tell us this shit a long time ago, and I bet you a lot of y'all are wondering, who is C. Dolores Tucker? Well, that's why we created Worth TV. Because if you don't know who C. Dolores Tucker is and you subscribe to Worth TV, you're going to damn sure find out. If you don't know who the Detroit Housewives League is, my husband and my light, you're going to find out. Bottom line is this. We have so much rich history that we never get a chance to share. Now we have streaming apps and streaming platforms, and Black Twitter's a thing, and Instagram, and we got celebrities that got 50, 11 million, 1,000, 100 billion followers. So we can start sharing the information that is going to at least show another side. Listen, I know people want to drop it low and spread it wide. I know we think that everybody is Bad Girls Club. I know we think everything is Love and Hip Hop. I know we think everything is P Valley. I know we think everything is stars and power and shoot 'em up and drug stories and shit. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with those actual realities of our community, right? Well, no, I'm lying. I'm bullshit. There's definitely something wrong with it. Because you don't see this in repetition like that in Latin American culture. You don't see that in Jewish culture. You don't see that in Asian culture. You don't see that in African culture. You just don't see it nowhere except in the hood. That's where hood culture is most popular. And that is because that is what we have been conditioned to believe is the hot shit. If you ask every rapper on the planet, all of them. This is going to be a long-ass, winded-ass live. But y'all make sure y'all go to worthtv.com because I'm going to stop doing this shit for free 99 on this app. But if you ask any rapper out here in these streets, if you asked him if they were proud of every lyric, if they would relive that lifestyle, if they would trade in the wealth and the ability to travel and learn more and grow and become businessmen, if you would ask them if they would swap that out for the stories that they've told of where they've come from, most of them would probably say no, because that shit is not hot. It's not okay for us to have a constant running mantra of negative, toxic shit. Hoes, niggas, bang, bang, be a stripper, be a hoe, be a stripper, spread it wide, dye your hair green, purple, blue, yellow, orange, and pink. It's constantly, and aunties are acting like they scared to say that shit ain't okay. And that's why it's with Monique and so many other aunties out here that are like, no. That's not what it is. I understand that we have to grow and evolve and accept certain things, right? But there are certain key elements, practices, things that should always be held in high regard. Certain things that our ancestors left us with that should always be considered, right? If you don't want your kids to see it, and I understand parental advisory and it ain't my job to raise people kids and blah, blah, all that bullshit. That is why we are where we are. C. Dolores Tucker predicted this future. And they call her a bitch and they made a song about it and it was all over the radio and they played it over and over and over again. You wonder why they call you bitch? I was singing that shit too. Wonder why they call you a bitch. That was terrible. But that melody was fire. But the lyrics and what it was stood for and what they were saying was absolutely terrible. And it has defined our culture for 50 years. We have got to start the process of figuring out how, and that is what worth is for me. Worth is my shot at our shot, because it's not my shot, it's our shot. Worth is our shot at having a platform, a streaming platform, and a sea of streaming platforms that show us in a foul, derogatory, awful, terrible, negative, toxic, unlikable, hypersexual, hateful, destructive, awful way that means that our kids can go missing in our communities, and they really just don't really care to go find them because they just some old kids, just parents just out here dropping it low and spread it wide. No, that's what really happens. There's so many missing kids in Detroit right now, so many missing kids all over. And why don't you hear about it? Because they would rather show you more stories and shows that perpetuate the negative, toxic shit than the things that help us to save our community and save our people. That's why we created WIRFTV.com. Because we are a culturally competent lens. And because we understand that it's time for people to speak up and be like, that shit is not okay. I mean, look at every every black celeb. It's like motherfuckers took a crazy pill. Because everybody just, and it's like, damn, so how do you come together and bring all these powers together to really help the community overall? How do you do that when everybody is beefing over dumb shit? Over the perceptions of people who don't give a shit about you and don't care about whether you eat tomorrow or not. So what we should do as a community is show the power of coming together. Because y'all come together for Stars. Y'all come together for Disney Plus. Y'all come together for Zeus. Y'all come together for HBO Max. Y'all come together for all of these streaming platforms to create multi-billionaires of culturally incompetent people who don't look like us. I'm not trying to make these people mad. I'm just telling these motherfuckers the truth. And sometimes you tell the truth, shame the devil, it's the whole thing. If y'all can come together for those other platforms, y'all can log on to WIRFTV.com and register to watch these shows. Because I'm going to tell y'all about the first season of From the Bottom Up real quick, right? We actually saved an entire community. Our show, From the Bottom Up, helped get a child predator who was little kids for 20 years, right? From the bottom up, the show I created to show real stories. I'm not going to tell you who, what, when, where, why. Y'all got to watch the show. Watch the show. But because one of the women on our show was honest about what was happening to her, and y'all, guess what? Here go the thing. And that's why y'all got to go to WIRFTV and watch this motherfucker, right? But here go the thing. In the very first episode of From the Bottom Up, you see the person that we got arrested who's serving a life sentence in jail. He one of the first people you see. If you go look at the post that Instagram, that the owners of the algorithm, they dropping y'all off and lowering the reach on my post. That's why we created Worth TV. But if you go look at the post, you're going to see them. We sat up in court and watched. This is my husband signaling that I need to get on. We sat up in court and watched this man get sentenced because he had been molesting kids for over 20 years in the neighborhood. And guess how we found out? Because the little girl across the street, beautiful girl, blonde hair, blue eyes and everything, watched the show. Her mama came across the street and asked who the woman on the show was talking about. And they came in and found all kinds of inappropriate shit after the season wrapped. And here's the gag. We almost didn't even air it because, thank you again, BET, Queen Latifah, Shakim, my partners, thank y'all so much. But we almost didn't air it because the liabilities, right? Because we were like, but the first day of filming, when y'all look at the first episode, you will see. You hear somebody yelling, you pedophile, child molesting, and 3 seasons later, we sat up in court and watched that man get sentenced because he had been a did it to his own daughter. One of the most powerful, incredible moments of my life as a producer was being able to share stories on From the Bottom Up, the series that is available on worktv.com, that literally translated in real life into helping the community. So y'all can run around here following and subscribing to. Listen, I got to go clean up my subscriber shit because I got so much stuff I'm paying for every month that I didn't even realize it. I got to go in there and figure this stuff out. I've been so busy, which I got to go on ahead and continue and do this. But real quick, you guys, we are busting our ass. As you see, bags, I ain't got no lashes. My nails need to be, everything need to be did and done. But please tune in. The other thing I have to tell y'all to tune into TV One, Urban One Honors, y'all. You're going to see the most beautiful moment with R&B divas, and y'all have to tune. You're going to see a beautiful moment, Black excellence across the board. But I'm really excited about this R&B divas moment. It's so powerful. And Monifa and I talk about that, and that will air. Diary of a Diva will air right after Urban One Honors, okay? So I love you guys. I just needed to get that. It feels so good and therapeutic when I get it off my chest. I hope it hits some of y'all in a good place. Please go to WIRFTV.com. Please go and register and watch and subscribe to all the great things that are happening. We are a Black woman-owned and operated streaming platform. We got scripted, talk, movies, short films. If you are a creator and you have something, listen, as a creator, this is the thing I know for sure. I know that we a lot of times have shit just laying in the vault. If you are a creator and you want to license your content to us, we would love, love, love to share it with our audience. We have a very simple licensing agreement. It's real simple, stupid, because we have a platform that allows us to really track everything. So if you put it up on YouTube, you can put it up on Work TV. Well, as long as it's great quality and great story. And we do watch every single thing. We're also looking for partners and sponsors for some of the content, because there is some ad space becoming available as we get more content on our streaming platform. Y'all, I've been trying to get this streaming platform off. For years, and I had to stop for a minute because this P-Valley thing, and it's still taking so much time and money, and they trying to sue me for their legal fees now, guys. We're fighting it. We're appealing it. We're still in court. But yes, the multi-billion-dollar corporation wants to now sue me for $1 million because I stood up for myself. The lesson I learned in this is to just put your shit out. Don't wait for nobody. Don't go pitching everything. Come pitch it to us. Let's figure out how to do it. We're building an amazing staff of young, talented, creative shooters and editors, and just an incredible team that is just really making it happen. And we are busting our asses, burning the midnight oil, because, I can't, unfortunately, hire a big staff to get this thing going. Because you know what? We're still in the middle of this P-Valley case, fighting for the intellectual property that we created, that we believe was infringed upon by Stars, Lionsgate, Katori Hall, and P-Valley. And I'm so hopeful that the appeals court gives us an opportunity to get to trial on this. Because, baby, we're going to make sure... Well, anyway... I digress. No weapon form. Thank you. Hey, Chike. What's up, brother? No, they want to sue me. Right. Absolutely. No. Listen, baby, we working for free today. Everything we're doing right now is for the future. I want my grandson, our granddaughter, y'all kids, I want our kids to know that there is a place that shows real, authentic, true stories and still entertaining stuff and great stuff. Come on, Taraji. Taraji, come on over to Work TV. Terrence Howard, y'all come on over to Work TV. Let's just make our own shit and put our own shit out and make this the Stars and make this the HBO Max and make this all of those huge, incredible, because streaming platforms are the future. And we launching ours tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. WorthTV.com. Go register right now. Once you register, once we go live, you can watch the content that is there. We have some really great content there. We're uploading new content every single month. Your girl is super freaking tired, but I'm super geeked. Make sure you also tune in and watch Urban One Honors. There is a beautiful, beautiful moment with R&B divas. I'm so excited. Thank you, TV One, for having us, y'all. And Wendy Williams. Watch Wendy Williams tonight, like I said, because if this thing teaches us anything, right? If you were debating about watching it, I don't want to watch it because it feels like exploitation. You know what? Let's stare in the face what happens when you at the top of the mountain and somebody decides, never mind. See, then I'm tinkering on, but y'all know, let's just watch it. And then we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And I think that this conversation might have to be one of those live conversations that we have at worthtv.com. So make sure y'all go register, because I want to be able to say what I got to say. And when we go live on worthtv.com, we say what we got to say. I understand now why Tasha K did Tasha K live, and people do their live so they can just say what they got to say. We grown over here at Worth TV. All right, guys. My husband is cueing me that I need to jump off, but I'm so grateful to you guys, and I'm so hopeful that y'all will go over to this platform, support us. We are Black, women-owned, women in reality, film, TV, media. There's a music video channel. There is a film channel. There is a reality TV channel. There is a lifestyle channel. We are shooting a lifestyle show next week, 2 weeks. I'm so excited. And then, oh, listen, real quick, I got to say this. We got an incredible conversation coming up with Eric Monty and his family. Now, certain things going to have to be behind what we call a paywall. But it's going to be so practical. I think they talking about, what was it? $3.99, babe? $3.99 a month. $3.99 a month. And y'all getting seasons of content and specials. Now, when we start live streaming these concerts and things, it's going to be way more than $3.99, because, you know, we got to pay for the production of the thing. But here's the thing. And this is the system with WIRFTV.com that's going to work. I know it's going to work, right? I was talking to, you know, one of my colleagues in music, and we were just talking about how hard it is as you get older, right? Like, I had soccer practice this morning with my grandson. As performers and artists, you know, life starts to happen. You become grandparents, you become, you know, some of us have kids that have special needs. So we want to make sure that we're still able to reach our people and perform, stream those concerts. The same way the boxers do boxing, live pay-per-view boxing, we're about to be doing pay-per-view concerts. Yes, that's what our plan. Listen, and here's the thing. Y'all don't even have to leave your house. Now, anything that the Black Promoters Collective is doing, y'all need to go and holler at them. Right. BPC, if you don't know about it, it's a collective of Black promoters. Shout out to all of the brothers. They have been incredible to us, Brownstone. They've been incredible to so many other artists. So make sure you guys follow Black Promoters Collective and support them. But if it ain't coming from the collective, baby, it's just, you know, check us out sometime on these live streams we finna do. So much good stuff coming. We're not waiting for the opportunity to show our authentic lives. We're not waiting for the opportunity to be able to tell true stories, because y'all, what done happened to Will Smith? What done happened to Whitney Williams? What done happened to Monique? What done happened to me? What done happened to Prince? What done happened to Michael Jackson? What done happened to all the greatest, most incredible entertainers on the face of the earth is not okay. And if you think that your child has a future in entertainment and media, maybe it's not you. If you think your nephew, your niece, if you think anybody you love and care about has a future in a business that's worth billions and billions and billions of dollars, now is the time for us to start making sure that other narratives, counterbalance programming, is available, because we are leaving our livelihoods. That Denzel Washington post that got 1 million views, Denzel said it. Now, he wasn't rolling his teeth and sucking his gums, and he had no rag on his head and, you know, all that shit. He was more calm and Denzelish about it. But I've been telling y'all, cultural competence in entertainment and media is everything. They're not going to let a Black person tell you how to make a Godfather movie. Well, now, I mean, you know, y'all get the point. If you're doing Bollywood or an Indian movie, you need culturally competent producers and writers. If you're doing an Italian mob movie, you need culturally competent producers and writers. If you're doing a Karen movie, you need culturally competent Karens, right? When you're doing movies about Black people, and we are so big at the box office or the streaming, whatever, you need to make sure that not only are you exploiting the writers and the creators, the Black content creators, but that you are also making sure that when they turn 50 years old or 40 years old, or they decide they want to get married and have a family, that they can have a quality of life that is acceptable. Media companies make billions and billions and billions of dollars off of black people's stories. And Tyler Perry, the only person that owns his shit. Okay, Byron Allen, and maybe a few others. But very few black writers, creators, content creators have ownership. And it's the ownership that allows you to become a Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry didn't just become Tyler Perry because Tyler Perry was just this brilliant, amazing writer. Tyler Perry got the deal of a lifetime, the equivalent of what we used to call in the 90s, the Master P deal. Tyler Perry got what we would call the equivalent of the Master P deal in the 90s because he's able to have ownership of his content. And let me give you guys the example. I created R&B Divas. I cast the show. I brought all the ladies together. Babe, do you know where my charger is? I brought all the ladies together, and I didn't know that I needed... It's nearby. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. I'm trying to find my... Right, let me just talk fast. I didn't know that I needed to have ownership, right? So I did not. Now I own the trademark, right? But I didn't know I needed to have ownership of the show. Nobody told me. Nobody explained to me, Nikki, you have no power because you have no ownership. Even though you created it, I cast it, I did the sizzle reel that got us. I just didn't know. It was my first time going into it. I did not know. We talk about this in the interview with Monifa that you guys will be able to see tomorrow. But I did have ownership, thanks to Shakim and Latifah and BET Her. I did have ownership, co-ownership of From the Bottom Up. That is the series that has changed the lives of so many people in the community because we put away a child predator by the 3rd season. And that is the series that I can now use to launch my platform because I'm a co-owner of that content. So now we have a platform that will hopefully, God willing, be around for years and years and years and years to come for our kids and our grandkids. And, you know, if it's just because you can go watch a movie about C. Dolores Tucker, if it's just that you can go watch a movie about, you know, man, listen, y'all get go to Worth TV in my Suge Knight voice. Tired of being all up in the videos dancing, come to Worth TV. We have a new series that we are going to start filming in the spring, and it is incredible. It is called Driven to It, and it is so fire. I cannot wait for you guys to see this show, and you will only be able to see it on worthtv.com. So, all right, let me get to my charger, get back to this edit. Shout out to my team. We've been burning the midnight oil, making sure that we're programming this thing. You guys, we will be adding new content monthly. Right now, you can watch for free. Please go watch, comment, talk about the content, share it with a friend, tell the friends to go do it. We're not asking for permission anymore. I'm not sharing my content and my ideas with any more executives or CEOs that can just go hire somebody to recreate my idea. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying I'm trying to get to a jury for them to help me decide if that's what it was. All right, love y'all. Peace.